Happy Friday, friends. I entitled this video today, How It All Began with a Drinking Fountain and a Sink. So I've been thinking lately about how different my life looks from a year ago, 2 years ago, 7 years ago, how my life looked 8 years ago when I was pregnant with Ellie, how it looked 10 years ago, and how it's looked 20 years ago. Like this year, 2021, we celebrate our 20th wedding anniversary, and Ellie is getting ready to turn 8. So it shows you how fast time flies, first of all, and how much we change. And I always used to think change was a bad thing, but if we're not growing, even as adults, then we're doing something wrong, because we should always change. Like, I literally was on a Clubhouse chat with some strangers from all over the world, and they were talking about things, and I was like, I can totally relate to all those things. 10 to 15 years ago, that's where I was 10 to 15 years ago, and I was like, they kept saying things, and I was like, I almost forgot all those things. That was my life back then. It's not my life right now, and I can't even remember. I was like, they refreshed my memory going, that seems like that was 1,000,000 years ago when my life was like that. So I thought I would jump on and show you we're going to pretend like I'm a superhero, and this is my origin story, or one of my origin story. So, let's see, what are we on? We're 20 plus years ago. My life was changed by a drinking fountain and a sink. And I should have brought some water, because I was what was I? I was a spry 20-year-old or so, 21-year-old, and I decided, what the heck, let me join Air Force ROTC and follow in my dad's footsteps. So I was a junior in college, and I kind of said, what the heck, let's give this a try. Most people come in as freshmen to do this, and I was like, that's all right. I'm mostly almost into grad school here. Let's give this a try. So most people go to Air Force field training between their sophomore and junior year that summer. I think I even joined even later, because I did 2 years in 1 year and 2 years in another year. So I did 4 years of ROTC in 2 years. I'm just an overachiever like that. No, that's what it did, because I came in late. So I actually went to field training the summer before or the summer right after I graduated from college. I believe that's how it worked. And while I was there, unbeknownst to me, we all get different jobs that we get to do, and I can tell stories on all those jobs. But one of the jobs was cleaning, like, the latrine, the sinks, the toilets, the drinking fountains. And to this day, if you ever see me out and about, my daughter is not allowed to ever drink from a drinking fountain, go near a drinking fountain, think about even touching a drinking fountain, because they have been germs are us for my whole entire life, because people like to put their mouth all over them. They don't do it. Well, anyway, during this wonderful 4 weeks that I got to spend in San Antonio, Texas in the summer, July and August time, I caught something from cleaning these sinks, because, back then I got to live in a dangerous world where you didn't use gloves for all of those things. So when I came back from field training, I realized that I had picked something up and got really sick. So I got diagnosed with Epstein-Barr virus, which is a virus kind of like mono, but it's not really. Mono is like mono, you have it, your life goes on. Epstein-Barr virus is a virus in your body. It goes dormant, it gets active, it just causes havoc on your whole body. So I literally couldn't walk upstairs. I had no energy, all while I was still participating in my ROTC thing. So back then we had a 1.5 mile run, then I got changed to a 2-mile run. So this what tells you how much mind over matter does. I couldn't walk up the stairs. I was having a hard time with keeping up with school and all my things and working. But I was showing up to do my PT, and I was running and taking my physical fitness tests, my PFTs. They're always the arch enemy of me back then. And running my 1.5 to 2 miles, just by really your brain willing me to do that, because I was passionate about going in the Air Force and following in my dad's footsteps. And then, let's see, where else did the story go? I went and passed my flying physical, and then I still wasn't getting any better. And then I had to come to a crossroads where I had to decide if I passed all my PFTs, I passed my physical, and that was it. I missed my run by 9 seconds. I went in to do my physical, and I passed that, and the guy gave me an option of, hey, yes, we can go forward and you can do this, or hey, no, you can't go forward and do this. And I had to sit there and make a decision about if that was the way I was going to do. And I felt like garbage. Like I was just out of it. And back then, it was when all my friends were going off to the desert, to be deployed to the desert for, tour after tour in the desert. And I decided, I think I'm going to just have to pass, because I can't be in the middle of desert with zero energy, because I will not live. So I really actually think that was a turning point in my life, where if I would have said yes as opposed to saying no to something, I don't know if I will be here. The Lord is the only one that knows that if I would be living, because I spent the next 2 to 4 years after college trying to get my body back and trying to get myself energy back, and going from doctor to doctor to doctor in the Western medicine world, trying to figure out, hey, you look healthy. You don't look, nothing looks wrong with you. My favorite, those girls were saying that the other day, and I was like, I remember that. You don't look sick. You don't look sick. Nothing could be wrong with you. And I was like, well, yeah, that's great. I'm not sick, but look at my lab results. They're not so happy, because I kept getting new activations of Epstein-Barr over and over and over. And then these same modern medicine doctors would tell me, that doesn't happen. And I was like, I know. I'm an overachiever. Don't even know I have control over these viruses running through my body, but I'm an overachiever. I can get a new one over and over and over in my body. They're like, it doesn't happen. I was like, I know. I'm always the exception, the rule. Always have, always will be. And it's fine, because that's exactly where I'm supposed to be. That's why I'm here on a live video on a Friday night talking to you guys. So I finally started questioning. Like, I go to all the experts. They don't have an answer. So guess what I got to go to? I got to go to myself and do my research and find out how to get myself back, because I was like, how do you hold down a job? How do you hold down a job when you need to take a 3-hour nap in the afternoon just to function in a 24-hour period? Dusty's going to come in with us today. Hi, Dusty. So then I started researching about the things you put in and the chemicals in our body, and trying to figure it out so I could go back to living a normal functioning life. And that's why I said it. It was feel like a million years ago, when I was sitting there in the bathroom crying tears, because my brain wanted to do something and my body wasn't allowing me to do something. And it was very sad. It was sad. I was like, I am a 25-year-old person that was trying. Her brain was trying real hard, and her body was not trying real hard. So that's how this advocacy thing came, because my mom and dad were great advocates. They would take me to the places and do the things and ask the questions to get their daughter better, because they didn't like seeing her like that. And even when I was down here and engaged to Danny and married to Danny, we went to the doctors together and were like, we have to get Cindy better. Like, this is not a life to live. What is wrong? And I don't think I just started changing. I just started doing different things and thinking differently, not going with the status quo, not going with the flow, and changing things so I could get my life back, because that is no way to live. That is no way to live at all, especially when it just started with something as innocent as a job I had at field training to clean water fountains and sinks, and not knowing that we should have gloves on, which is the story of every generation. Like, my dad had hearing loss, because back then you didn't wear hearing protection to work by airplanes. You didn't wear hearing protection to run a printing press that is very loud. Back when I was young, rock concerts weren't even dangerous to your hearing because people didn't know any better. Now they know that it's way too loud for your hearing. So everybody does what they can with the information they have, and as soon as you get some new information, then you're responsible for doing something different. So let me see what else. So that is my origin story. I feel like I'm the Wolverine. I wonder what my character is. But you guys make a comment and tell me what my character would be in a Marvel movie or a DC comic, because it's my, when I think of origin stories, like this is how it all began. Let's see. So this is where I started asking the questions and stepping out of line and not conforming to the world, like the Bible calls us to. Don't conform to this world, and asking more questions of the Western medicine and finding different things to do to Eastern medicine. And a little side story when I said about that, when our one dog, Allie, got sick right after my dad died 4 years ago, we took him to an emergency vet place. We took her and they were like, well, we have this, this, and this we can do, or we have some alternative medicine. I was like, oh yeah, you're speaking my language now. Give me all the crazy things. Give me all the things. Give me the leeches. Give me the stand upside down. Give me all the things that sound weird, and do that. So then she ended up getting this one Chinese herb that ended up helping with her bleeding. And I was like, yes, you're speaking my language. You're speaking my language of thinking outside of the box. That's what I want to know. But it was so funny that they preface it as, here's how we normally do things. But I was like, yeah, I know, you feel me, that I'm all right for you to say, and here's the weird things we can do instead. And I was like, yes, that's what I want. I want to live in the land of the weird. I think weird is not a bad word. Crazy is not a bad word. I own both of those. I can be weird and crazy and loud. And let's see. I think that's it. All I got. I wanted to tell you a little bit about one of my origin stories and how all of this began and how I stepped into being fully me with my sunburned face, my hair. We've been at a farm today all day looking at a cute alpaca and cute little cows and a bunch of peacocks. And just FYI, just in case you know, I put everything related to movies. The voice of Kevin from the movie Up is a peacock sound because they were in mating season today, and I was like, it's Kevin! Kevin from Up is here, and he's a peacock. Even though in the movie he's not, I don't think he's not a peacock, but I was like, that's the sound they use. And there you go. There's my specialty right there. I can relate anything, any story can be related to a cartoon or a movie. So I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.